The first thing I'm curious about, getting to play in an all-star game. Are you thankful that LL has a game like this that you guys can come out and play once more with your buds and against the guys you've been playing against for 4 years? What's that mean to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's cool playing, especially one last high school game. And, for other kids in the game, it's like their last game ever, so it's cool to play, that one last game with everybody. And, it's at Mannheim, so it's a field that we've played at. So it'll be cool to play one more time.
Are you in football shape these days, or does it take a couple practices to kind of get the cobwebs out and work the kinks out?
I would say, yeah, because those first couple practices, it's always weird to feel the pads on a little bit, but then, it comes back pretty quick.
Okay.
So
you anxious to hit somebody or get hit or
yeah.
feel the pads, crack
Definitely.
somebody's helmet?
It's also cool because we don't get to play in the spring a whole lot, so this is playing football in the spring, so that's also cool.
Okay. What have you been doing the last several months to stay in shape and
I'm working out a power train in Lancaster, do lifting and running in there and stuff, and then I leave for school in about a month.
Okay. They want you out there pretty quick.
Yeah, June 17th I report.
Wow. I don't think I talked to you during the season, but what was it a relief to get Akron out of the way, to get that over with and get signed and, get your name on the paper?
Yeah, of course, I wasn't trying to rush anything, but everybody told me that when I went, when I visited the place I would want to go, it would hit me and I would know it, and that's exactly what happened. I went there, I felt great about it. The coaching staff, the offense, the facilities, everything's, that's what really made it for me.
O-line?
Yeah.
Guard or tackle, if they said?
Center.
Center. Okay,
yeah,
I was close.
There's
three of them. Okay. Have you done that?
Yeah, I played center as a sophomore.
Okay.
They like to get their centers on the move some too, so I'll be snapping and pulling a lot. Or it'll be center or guard. They're not sure.
Okay.
But I'll probably be pulling a lot, and it's kind of like what they recruited me for.
Okay. That's D1 big-time college football.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How cool was that to, get scholarship and all that stuff from D1? That had to mean a lot to you, yes?
It did. It was like a childhood dream,
Okay.
When I was younger, I always dreamed of that. And we actually open up with Ohio State next year, too.
Hello.
So really.
Without Tressel on the sideline and Pryor and all those guys.
So, welcome to D1 football. But, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Can you talk about that conference and what attracted you to that level and the teams that you'll be going up against? Because MAC is very underrated. There's a lot of good teams in there.
Right, yeah. I would just say it's very competitive. Everybody picked Temple to win this year, and they didn't.
And they didn't.
So teams come out of nowhere. Teams, I feel like we'll be on the rise here, hopefully.
Okay.
Especially with the coaching staff that have been there. My recruiting class is really good. So we're looking up for sure.
There's some LL guys have gone there recently. I know Beck from Wilson's at where he's at Bowling Green. I think.
Right, yeah, Bowling Green. A couple Temple guys, I think, in the past.
Bella Savage from Catholic is there, I think.
Yep, and then Kyle Smith's over at
Central Michigan. He changed positions. I don't know if you saw that. He was playing some D-back, I saw.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think we play them next year, too, actually, because they're in the West.
Okay.
But we're in the MAC East, they're in the West, but you play a couple teams, I think, from the West each year.
Do you have to love playing the offensive line? Because when you're in midgets, you want to catch the ball, throw the ball, run the ball,
right.
and you're the big dude, and hey, we want you to play guard. It's what? But do you have to want to play that and excel at that to get where you're going?
It's more of a man-to-man thing. Playing offensive line, the biggest thing is what I get out of it is when we shake hands at the end of the game, I can look the man in the eye and we both know that I beat him. That's the coolest thing for me.
Okay. And you've won a lot of those battles here the last couple of years. Is that satisfying to you? Do you know when you did your job at the end of the night?
Yeah, you do. That's kind of a personal, it's something in your heart, and that's all that matters.
Okay. You blocked for Kevin Kelly when he had his 2,000 yards. Take me back to that season. What was that like?
That was, I'll look back on that season, probably as the most memorable one of my career, just because of, the one we were coming off a 1-9 season from the year before.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, we exploded onto the scene right away with Hempfield. That first game, and that's definitely where we started setting the bar. For games to come.
You blocked for a 2,000-yard back. How satisfying was that? And how cool was he with you guys? Because he always, every week, tip to the cat, there's the line. Do you guys read that, or do you hear?
We do sometimes, but the biggest thing for me is when I like blocking for a guy that runs that hard. It's fun to throw a block and see him explode through the hole and run somebody over or do something like that. That's cool.
He was good at that.
He was.
He was really good. The last 2 years, CP's really had a resurgence, like you said, 1-9, and now back-to-back districts.
Right.
How much that is Coach Nick and just kind of what he's preaching and kind of brought to the program? What's going on over there right now?
I would say a lot of it is Coach Nick, to be honest. We had some players too, but you can't you got to have some kind of leadership too. But I know me personally and the team wouldn't be where it was without him. There's no doubt.
Well, he came in and said, and he told us right away at his first media day, we're going to run the ball. We have Cole and Travis up front, and we're just going to pound people and stick the ball on the ground. When he came to you guys with that game plan, were you excited?
We were. I mean, he's just very good at he's not narrow-minded. I mean, a lot of people think he's narrow-minded as far as running the ball. He just adjusts to what he has. You know, I mean, he's very good at that, and I think that's a mark of a good coach. You know, being able to adjust to your players.
He's really got the best out of you guys, especially last year. You had to beat LS in Week 10 just to get in, and they're 9-0, and nobody picked you, and you were well aware of that.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know, which season was cooler? I mean, because the year before you come off 1-9 and win a district game, but last year you showed some moxie and came in late and made districts, which was more satisfying.
I would say towards the end of the year last year, you know, we were having a lot of fun playing football. There's no doubt. I think the expectations going into my senior year were so much higher.
Everybody had you up there a lot higher in the section.
Right,
you had all-stars back.
Injuries, we had some suspensions. I mean, first game we lost Derek at Burkle at running back, and then we lost Tyler Good at guard.
That's right.
So then the plan was for me to move around a lot more. Actually, you know, play some fullback, tight end stuff. We couldn't do any of that, you know, because of Goody. But he hurt. You know, he hurt. He was the other pulling guard, and Cole. I mean, Cole's a tackle. He's a down blocker. I mean, he's a kid that just mauls people on the down block. But yeah, that definitely hurt. But then when we got our feet back under us a little bit, it was satisfying to you know, come back and I think a lot of people grew up a little bit that season too. So we had to go through a lot.
You punched a lot of people in the mouth in the second half of the season, and you really rallied. You were 0-3. You were 0-3 to playoffs.
Yeah, right.
That was impressive.
Yeah. And I remember actually after the Ephrata game, Coach Nick brought us all in, and he said, you know what's going to happen? He said, we went 0-3. We're going to win some games, and we're going to make the playoffs. They told us right away.
Nice.
That was,
well, we already had you written off. you guys didn't.
You're right.
You guys didn't. Hey.
Media's always mentioned better than you are and worse than you are.
CB 0-3. What's going on with the Buckskins?
They're done, right?
Two more. Does Akron want you ready to play, or do you think you'll redshirt? Do you anticipate that, or what will you know?
It's been back and forth. They're really short on the offensive line.
Okay.
They're really low in numbers. They brought in 5 kids in my class, four high school kids and a junior college kid they brought in.
All right.
So I mean, it could go either way. Their offensive line coach doesn't get real hung up on size.
Okay.
I mean, I'm way about 275 right now.
Okay.
He said he doesn't push. You know, he just doesn't want me to get slow. You know, that's the biggest thing. So he doesn't get real hung up on that. I'll probably be playing, like I said, a center or a guard, probably a center. Their center's a senior now.
Oh, okay.
So we're either looking what he said is ideally they'd like to redshirt.
Okay.
And then play as a redshirt freshman.
Okay.
So that would be ideal. That's what I want to do too. It's always good to have that extra year.
Get you a year to learn what's going on and see the speed and and all that stuff. Get in the weight room.
Right.
Last one. Can you talk about your LL League experience, playing in this league, playing in Section 2, playing Mannheim a couple of times, going to districts twice, the competition, and how playing here will help you for what's next?
I feel like I've been prepared, definitely. And my heart will always be in LL League football. I mean, you know, high school, playing with your boys, that's where it's all at. You know, obviously I'm really looking forward to playing at Akron, but I feel like I am ready, especially with Coach Nick and what he's done and the competition I've played. You know, over my 3 years, I've played against some pretty good players. So, yeah, I feel like I'll be able to step in and make the transition pretty well.